The city of Zaragoza is undergoing a profound strategic transformation. Important projects are being set into motion, and one of them is already a reality. Valdespartera Eco-City. Located to the south of the city, on the site of an old military detachment, Valdespartera is a new concept in urban development with a clear commitment to social housing and public facilities, following the criteria of sustainability and bioclimatic architecture. The land occupies an area of 243 hectares, of which 60 are used for general city systems, 40 for facilities and infrastructures of the sector, and only 51 for the location of 9,687 homes. 97% are social housing. The project has been carried out in an exceptionally short period of time. This must be attributed to the work carried out by the services and teams involved, and thanks to the determination of the institutions, which have firmly supported the project through the constitution of a joint venture with public and private capital called Ecociudad Valdespartera Zaragoza, SA. Moreover, innovative ideas have been used in its design and execution. The result is an avant-garde housing development in which economic, social, and environmental sustainability are combined. The approved project has a cost of 150 million euros. The subsidies granted by the public administrations, a total of 23 million euros, have made possible the technological innovation of the network services, notably improving urban standards. The social sustainability of the project is marked by the Aragonese urban regulations. A public record of applicants has been started and specific groups are given priority. The Kyoto Protocol and now the Bali Convention are an important reference with regard to the environmental sustainability of the project. For this reason, the bioclimatic criteria mark three aspects: the urban management of the sector, the architectural design of the buildings, and the system of construction of the materials used. All of these questions are defined in the partial plan. Moreover, the development project has advanced service networks which allow for a rational consumption of resources. The proposal has defined a unique network of supply and irrigation of water. The former is pumped from the municipal tanks to the deposits for daily supply. The latter is collected directly from the Imperial Canal of Aragon, which allows energy savings in irrigation and a reduction in chlorine contamination from the subsoil. The water cycle is completed with a network separating rainwater and sewage. The project has included the strategic construction of 3 storm tanks with purifying functions for the first rainwater. One of the most important innovations in Valdespartera is the introduction of a remote control network which allows the automatic, immediate, and autonomous management of the network of services of the housing development. Moreover, analytic information of consumption is obtained, allowing optimization of the eco-city resources. Valdespartera also has a system of pneumatic collection of waste. The rubbish is deposited in containers located inside the blocks of buildings, to be transported underground through pipes up to the recycling center. From the central computer, rubbish collection is carried out several times a day from all of the dump containers. Special and dangerous waste is managed at a clean point next to the center, and glass and cardboard waste in containers which are buried under the public road. The 87 hectares of open spaces, parks, avenues, walking squares, which mark the partial plan, have an urban complex where the citizen again becomes the protagonist. Public areas have been designed with a multifunctional criteria, creating microclimates with the philosophy of zero gardening. The plantation of 22,000 trees and the selection of aromatic species of the area allow the saving of water and the creation of unique urban areas. All of the urban furnishings, 2,600 benches, 36 children's play zones, have been selected with the criteria of sustainability, functionality, appearance, and maintenance, and have been manufactured with recycled materials. The public lighting, consisting of 3,000 lamps, is of low consumption type. Moreover, in the southeast section of the public leisure space, a Wi-Fi network has been installed with free access powered by solar panels. The urban spaces have been improved due to a strong commitment to cultural patrimony, with an approximate investment of 1% of the total budget. Of particular interest within Valdespartera are the Penelope Cruz Lakes, 4 hectares in size, a tribute to the famous actress in a neighborhood where all of the streets are named after films. Next to these lakes, we find the Sustainable Urban Planning Center of Valdespartera, an emblematic building planned as a center for citizen participation and raising of environmental awareness. This is where all of the information provided by the remote control network will be collected for the technical didactic analysis of the data of the networks and consumption of the development. Throughout the development complex, there is a great network of social, leisure, sport, educational facilities, etc., which have been designed and integrated in a way that is best suited to the needs of the neighborhood and the city. The transport network guarantees fluid access and communication to the neighborhood for all its citizens. Structured in 2 large avenues, the sector has 60 streets, a large cycling lane network, and a network of interior streets which give priority to the pedestrian. The introduction of a public network of sustainable transport throughout the sector completes the broad range of proposed measures which contribute to improving road communication, mobility, and the quality of life. With the aim of optimal thermal comfort, the measures taken for sustainability in the neighborhood also include the homes. All of the roofs of Valdespartera homes are flat in order to install solar panels in an efficient manner and have a double facade with opposite orientation to make cross ventilation possible. The homes also have active systems for collection which provide 30% of the hot running water, as well as the architectural elements on the facades which work as passive collectors. All of the windows have double panes, and the most advanced techniques in facade insulation have been introduced, which permits a reduction in the energy consumption of the buildings. Probes, placed by the University of Zaragoza in 22 buildings, will allow us to know the real energy consumption of the buildings. The result is a new neighborhood of homes with optimal orientation, ventilation, and illumination with minimal energy consumption. A conventional home costs up to 79% more than a bioclimatic home. Valdespartera, with the sustainability measures included in the partial plan, is ahead of its time in compliance with the technical building codes. Zaragoza is committed to development which reduces ecological effects by integrating activities such as Valdespartera, which have been recognized by the European Union and by the United Nations for 2 consecutive years as a good world practice. The answer to the challenges of the future has combined, under the name of Valdespartera, quality of life, with a commitment to sustainable development.